What's up, guys? This is SanchoWest, and I appreciate you guys clicking this video. For those of you who are longtime Naughty Dog fans, thank you guys for the support throughout the years. Let me just give you guys a quick update because, you know, it's been a while since we've seen each other. As you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer, and of course, how Naughty Dog could, again, keyword could, right? I want to say that could. I don't think they should, but I think this is how they could build the hype for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. Again, quick update. I moved to a new house here in California. I lived at the other house for like 6 years. There is a vlog about that, about my old gaming setup. And as you can see, I'm still working on this setup. I'm gonna have some really cool art back there. And also, I have a kid. She is 14 months old, so that's why the videos have slowed down, and I have been focusing on live streaming. So my goal for this year, 2019, is to do more gaming opinionated pieces, maybe gaming reviews, and have those done on Saturdays. And so this is gonna be a little bit different versus a Twitch replay, so to speak. So let's go ahead and get to the title of the video. And again, I highly encourage you guys to comment down below and give me your thoughts on it. What can Naughty Dog do or could do to build the hype for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer? Here's the simple thing that I have basically 3 things, and then the 4th thing is the cherry on top. They could create a Twitter account for The Last of Us multiplayer, that only side, or Naughty Dog's multiplayers in general. I really believe that it's a great way to communicate with fans, get some feedback, all those kinds of things, as well share other, you know, content creators stuff that they're doing, either a, you know, montage or a cool match or a cool clip, because the virality of multiplayer games is what helps it grow, and it's a great marketing strategy. That's why you see things like Fortnite, all those kinds of big battle royale games have success because they have viral clips. So that will be a great way for Naughty Dog to promote those clips in the community. So that's a very simple thing, all right? The second thing would be to go back to The Last of Us Remastered and patch it. Now, there was, let me just, before we talk about the game itself, let me give you a brief history on The Last of Us multiplayer, the first one in the PlayStation 3 days. So for those of you who don't know, I hosted a lot of Naughty Dog streams and things of that sort. We did gaming with the dogs way back then, and I literally walked in there with my snowball mic, my bedside table, as well as my MacBook Pro. I think it was either my MacBook or MacBook Pro, and we did gaming we streamed at Naughty Dog doing The Last of Us multiplayer. And I did multiple of those streams, and throughout all those streams, we had multiple conversations regarding to the game, how it was designed. And the thing that I'm telling you now is things that that's been said on public record or has been said on different podcasts by other Naughty Dog designers. It's nothing that I'm saying was in private conversations that I had, multiple private conversations that I had with Naughty Dog multiplayer devs, because a lot of it, that's NDA type stuff. So I want to put that out there. So the first Naughty Dog multiplayer from The Last of Us was intended to be a co-op experience. A lot of the launch maps like Checkpoint, High School, you'll see throughout the maps that there's just these rooms that just go to nowhere. Those rooms were supposed to be monster spawn closets for, you know, runners and clickers and things of that sort, bloaters to come out of. Throughout the development process for the co-op, they decided that it wasn't going to work and that it wasn't fun, so they had to nix the co-op part of it. And then they decided to, you know, they pivoted and started to create a multiplayer experience. That's what you see, the supply rate and survivors of the day. So it was a turn during the development cycle during their development of The Last of Us, that they made that shift. And they did not know how well it would be received. They didn't know how awesome it was. And I still to this day think The Last of Us multiplayer is a cult classic. It is the most underrated multiplayer out there. And for those of you who are watching this or are big fans of multiplayer, understand this. So let's go back to what they can do to make it hype for the part 2, now that we know that the multiplayer exists, or the ones that we have played it know it exists. So they could patch it, right? They could patch The Last of Us multiplayer, especially the remaster side. When they introduced the tactical shotgun, they only had one patch, and that patch was to buff the frontier rifle, if I remember, because this was years ago, and everyone was like, what? Why did you buff the frontier rifle? It didn't even get touched. We all assumed that the tactical shotgun would be looked at. Its power and its range was insane, and the, you know, reload speed and the amount of shells you had, it was insanity, and considering that it was a large firearm. So here's my ideas to patch that and to patch other things to make it balanced, because they got to make it balanced to not only make it easier for new players, but more importantly, just to break the current meta, because right now it's like been in stone for like years. So what they should do is move the tactical shotgun into the purchasable weapon slot. Right now it is something that you have to earn in the game, and just keep it as is. I feel like that's a simple balance. It's still a strong weapon. I feel like it's such a strong weapon that it should have been a purchasable weapon versus a large firearm. So move it over to that and leave it as is. I mean, the thing is about The Last of Us Remastered is it doesn't have the ability to do the damage drop-offs like Uncharted 4 multiplayer has. There's a lot of things that they introduce in later multiplayers that I think they could use in The Last of Us Part 2, but that will be for another video. The second thing they should do for that patch is nerf the burst rifle. And I know all you guys that are out there who are really strong burst rifle players. I've done so many commentary for Bobby Barks tournaments that I know that the burst rifle is, you got to understand that it's really strong. And the reason why it's strong is that you can upgrade it so easily because it's one of the cheapest upgrades in the game. So my idea is to have blanket upgrades for all the large firearms, right? Keep them all the same price, and that way like raise it up a bit, make it all 400 parts, 400, 800 to get to the level 1, level 2 for your respective large firearm. I think that'd be fair and that'd be simple. The other thing that they should do, and I think that will be the only patch that I feel like that's it, like that's good. You know, make the tactical shotgun, kick it out into the purchasable weapon, and nerf the burst rifle. The second thing that they should do, and I think this is very obvious, is to go the route of the way battle royales are going, especially for a game that's only worth $15 or it's on sale for $15 at this point. They should make the multiplayer in general free, right? That should be the case. It should be free. The multiplayer should be free, and they should make I think the guns are already, and all the DLC, all that is free. So make all that stuff for free, and then just go on the skins that are currently on and still make that something that people could purchase. So make the multiplayer for free, make a big announcement, just like I believe other previous multiplayers for the Naughty Dog has gone free before. So make The Last of Us Remastered free. So do that, bad boy, and make it free for everyone to enjoy. So here is the icing on the cake. This is the thing that will push it into the could have. Now, the reason why I say could, because I understand the development process, and I understand that there's so many people that all the eyes are on The Last of Us Part 2 single player. I get that. And for those of you who are single player fans, know that there is a community of Last of Us fans that love the multiplayer just as much as you love the single player. And so I know that there is so many things so many moving parts are required to do the simple kind of updates in a game. You need so many people involved. You need artists, you need a UI artist or the user interface artist, you need designers, you need QA, you need to go to certification. Like, I understand that it takes resources to do such a thing. So that's why I'm saying it could. So this is the big thing that they could do. And I said this before in my live stream on twitch.tv/SanchoWest. What they could do is create a ranked mode for The Last of Us Remastered. So it's essentially creating a playlist that's for ranked. Now, it will be, adding UI, things like that, figuring out a coding or programming for the leaderboards and things of that sort. They could use the Uncharted ranked mode in terms of when it was team deathmatch as a template, so to speak. But the goal is the way they should present it as a ranked mode that's beta in terms of figuring out how wins or performances and wins and losses and all that stuff to determine your badges and things like that. Make it a beta for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer and have it advertised or presented as such. You're like, hey guys, we have added a Last of Us multiplayer ranked mode in The Last of Us Remastered, and it will be a beta or a testing grounds for The Last of Us multiplayer Part 2. And we want you got your feedback and things of that sort. And again, because I feel like Uncharted's ranked playlist went through so many changes in the get-go. Now, I know I was one of those guys that I thought the King of the Hill would be a cool, refreshing change, but I was assuming that the playlist would be in rotation into different modes, but it wasn't. So that's the thing that I really believe that will be really hype, because everybody is so hungry for Last of Us Part 2 news that if Naughty Dog came out and said, hey guys, you know that thing that said factions in the menu for the longest time? That's actually a multiplayer, and we are awesomely proud of that multiplayer. And we are excited for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer by introducing a ranked playlist for The Last of Us Remastered. And not only that, we are going to make it free for anybody with the PlayStation Plus, whatever, for you guys to try it out and to dive into the Last of Us atmosphere or the Last of Us universe using our awesome multiplayer. And what's really good about that is because I know Naughty Dog doesn't want to show a multiplayer trailer for The Last of Us Part 2 or, you know, build advertising for it right now because they don't want to give away the assets or show anything crazy that may, you know, lead to The Last of Us Part 2 single player. They don't want to spoil that because, you know, that is the crown jewel. I'm just simply saying use The Last of Us Remastered as a ground to hype up the multiplayer for the future multiplayer. And not only that, not only to, you know, build up the population, but to build hype, but also build a proper ranked playlist for future Last of Us multiplayer Part 2. That way we could all, you know, build it together. Those are my ideas. To wrap it up, let me know, of course, down below what you think about it. But to wrap it up, create a multiplayer centric Twitter account, so that way everybody could not only give feedback directly to the Twitter account, because I feel like the forums are not a great place, but give direct you know, feedback. Also for the ability for Naughty Dog to share other content creators' work in you know, in an exposure type setting, and I think it'd be really great. The second thing would be to patch the game, The Last of Us multiplayer, patch it one last time and make those simple changes. I think they'll go really far. The third thing would be to make the Last of Us multiplayer for free, make that on that side for free, and, you know, promote it as such. And the fourth thing, the icing, the cherry on top, would be to create a multiplayer ranked playlist in The Last of Us Remastered that will be used as a beta for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. So I'm planning to make more of these videos. Again, I'm trying to get videos like this, gaming ideas or gaming opinions, you know, all those kinds of things out every Saturday. If you like this idea or you have your own ideas, comment down below. Let me know how you do. I could have got more into the balance patch. Of course, you know, that windshield wiper thing they do with the shoulder swap, that's more something that you can't really change in the code. It's built in, but, you know, that has to go for the multiplayer Part 2. We will talk about that in a future video of ideas, or, you know, and then bring it up again, Last of Us Battle Royale. And I probably will get more comments about this, but I made a video about this, that Last of Us Part 2 should have a Battle Royale, and seeing other Battle Royales and other AAA studios like Activision and Respawn add their own mix, I think we could add more to The Last of Us. Seeing how well it's working on console for Respawn, we could, I think, Last of Us or Naughty Dog could do an awesome spin on that. So more in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys' support throughout the years. We hit over 100K as well, so very exciting things, and I'm excited to do more of these type of videos in the future. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, oh yeah, peace. Adios, guys. Peace.